Hi, I'm with Petra Schwager, who is the Head of Climate and Technology Division for UNIDO. Petra, it's great to have you here in Dubai at the third annual World Hydrogen MENA. Just to start with, can you unpack a little bit more about UNIDO and the work you're doing?
Sure, no, thanks. Pleasure to be here. We had also the pleasure to be here last year. It's always an exciting event. Yeah, UNIDO is the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. We are actually the organization that has the mandate to bring forward SDG 9, which is the Sustainable Industrial Development, Infrastructure and Innovation.
Yeah.
So in this framework, we have launched our global hydrogen program for hydrogen in industry. And we see hydrogen, especially clean hydrogen, green hydrogen, as an eventual game changer for a new industrialization in the global south. And this is why we have started, and this is why we're here.
Amazing. And you joined us yesterday for a panel. It was looking at empowering the future, utilising clean hydrogen to deliver net zero strategies and accelerate the energy transition. And you touched upon the policy toolbox. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. So just coming back a bit to the program, what we did during because we launched our program 2 years ago, and we worked with partners on identifying the key enablers. Why does it go why not we are not faster? How can we accelerate this? And so there are finance, policy, capacity building, clusters, local application, and we are looking into this and say, how can we shape this? What do we need to do? So we joined up with IDOS and IRENA on the development of a toolbox that would encourage policymakers to look into a phased approach in policy making, meaning first looking into local application of hydrogen, also then looking into expert, looking into how can I integrate my hydrogen work in the development policy of a country. If you have in mind you want to power a certain sector, let's say green steel, you would need to align it with industrial development policies. So these are the elements that we are doing there, and a gradual approach from small to big. And that toolbox was launched 2 weeks ago, and it just skyrocketed. And we hope to work with many countries on this. At the moment, as you might know, 45 countries have already national hydrogen strategies. Maybe they need a bit of adjustment. Maybe there would be a need for more policy instruments that really trigger this. And if you just allow me, I have spoken already a lot. Yesterday I was also asked what are the key policies that could trigger this. So one would be really to support first movers, have a kind of really a one-stop shops in countries that, if you're an investor, you go there, you get all the information, you get the permitting, which is delaying projects quite a bit, land use, how are you getting a rent, or how are you doing this? So that would be very important. And an element that I forgot to mention yesterday, but which I believe is crucial, is this matchmaking. So we're discussing with some of our partners. We have 180 member states in UNIDO to create a global platform, a global matchmaking facility that would match country needs and demands with others. So to really see how can we accelerate this more.
Yeah, amazing. And so you obviously work across a number of geographies. You're working across a number of industries as well. Are there any lessons that you're bringing from maybe other industries into hydrogen that are going to help that progression for the market?
Yeah, I think what we see here in the African region, MENA region, is the main industries how to move forward faster is the ones that are already using hydrogen, that we changed to green hydrogen. You could then look also into the steel production that we see already now happening in Mauritania. So I think the first movers will be in the hard-to-abate sectors, which is good. But we should not forget also the smaller decentralized systems. So I found that the combination of industrial parks and hydrogen could be very beneficial. And we have at the UNIDO program, it's a global program for eco-industrial parks, where you have maybe an automotive cluster. And they then say, okay, we want to move also to hydrogen, and that could be a very good way of moving forward. And first say, we use it locally, then we look into export, and then we conquer the world.
Then we conquer the world. As simple as that.
As simple as that.
Good stuff. So we also had COP28 here not too long ago, November to December. Although the page isn't fully turned on the fossil fuel era per se, it does certainly feel like hydrogen's going to play a very key role, and there's almost like a timestamp on, I suppose, the fossil fuel era. And I know that you guys had a particular involvement at COP28. Can you maybe expand a little bit on what you guys were doing at that particular event?
Now, it was extremely great to work with the presidency, the UAE presidency at the COP, and there were 3 major initiatives launched there.
Yeah.
One is the International Hydrogen Trade Forum, which it was launched already at the SEM in India, but then the first meeting of bringing together top CEOs and ministers to have a dialogue on how we can move forward hydrogen trade.
Yeah.
That was extremely important, and we as UNIDO are coordinating this effort. In the same meeting, we had also the launch of the ISO methodology for emissions embedded in hydrogen production. And that was a long negotiation project. We also had an ISO meeting in Vienna, because now, based on this methodology, we can expect that maybe a global standard will come next year, which is essential. Everybody talks about it. And as a third point, there was a mutual recognition of certificates signed by 40 countries.
Wow.
I think that was quite a major success. And we are continuing now to work with the Hydrogen Forum.
Excellent. Well, look, it's been a pleasure having you here
Thank you very
at
much.
World Hydrogen MENA.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we'll speak
Good
soon.
luck.
Thanks so much, Petra.
Bye-bye.